Hey there, Noodles. Hope you all are having a good day. Today I'm gonna crack open a Waterloo, and I'm gonna pour a little out onto my carpet. I'm pouring that little bit out for Oliver Tree. Rest in peace. Thank you for joining me for the moment of silence in remembrance of Oliver Tree. It is a sad day. I saw a response to a comment I had made months ago today on my YouTube channel. I had made a comment on, I think it was a short of Oliver Tree, saying he was going to be in Denver this August or September. And I made a comment saying I would love to, or I would see him in Denver because I was hoping to get tickets for his concert uh coming up. But from the news that I've seen and a couple posts I've seen from like Baby No Money and a few others, looks like he may have been in a helicopter accident today and fully collided with another helicopter potentially. I think that's what I'm gathering. Um, I would assume no bodies have been found yet, if any at all are left. Um, but I think there's some things that need to, you know, be said about it. It is a very unfortunate situation, and it's very kind of close to my heart as I've seen Oliver in concert. Ooh, I believe the last concert before he broke his leg, I saw him in San Luis Obispo, California. That was back in like 20, I want to say 2019, 2018, something like that. Pretty small ballroom, but it was pretty packed, like to the brim. So packed that when I was walking down one of the side aisles, I bumped a guy's elbow and he dumped it all over two other people next to him. And then he got mad at me because they got mad at him. And then we continued on and, you know, danced Oliver Tree music. I think at the moment when that happened, so Tommy, what's his? There's a dude Tommy something that he does a couple songs with, and he was performing before Oliver came out. And Oliver was just about to come out and was moving towards the front like an asshole I was. Uh, Instead of doing that at the very beginning, and you know, that happened at that concert. I will never forget that. That was a pretty cool concert. He wore his chicken head. And I think, if I remember right, I can't remember, but I don't think he was in his wheelchair for that concert. At least for part of it, he was. I think he was in his wheelchair doing wheelies back and forth, but I think he was like he had just sprained his ankle or something at that point, so he could still do some stuff on stage. I can't remember the full concert. I'm sure if I like find my old phone, I probably could like look that footage up and probably post it for y'all to see if anyone's interested. That'd be kind of cool because I know I definitely got some footage of it. So that would be pretty cool to post that here as like a little memoir to the OG Oliver Tree. That is, if he is dead. I say that not in a disrespectful way, but also in a more joking way, as I feel Oliver Tree himself would appreciate, because he himself, I feel, was a meme, and he embraced it, and he loved being that because that's what made him Oliver Tree. That was the character. That was that, but it also wasn't a character. It was actually him, you know. So I feel in like his remembrance, we all should like not really be too sad for him passing. But I think, we should be looking forward to his next album that will come out at least at some point. I'm sure, some type of Mac Miller situation will happen. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Who knows? I think he will not want that potentially. I'm not sure, but I don't know because I feel Alvatry was also a very unique person who was like maybe he knew he was gonna die or planned on an early death or something like that. So who knows? Maybe a video will come out here on his YouTube channel or something that'll be like, hey, if you're watching this, I'm dead. And then we'll have like a secret message from him. That'd be pretty cool. Or, that could just be it. His last song that he posted on his channel was "Fuck the whole world. Without you, I'd rather die." Was the main lyric to it. So, what can you say? Like, I mean, Oliver, you were a mad inspiration to my life while you were alive, and you will continue in your absence to be a even bigger inspiration to everything I do with the rest of my life. I discovered your music or his music. I guess I can't really talk directly to him if he has passed beyond the grave, you know. Uh, but I listened to his music and I discovered it in a really dark time in my life when I was really depressed, and it really helped me get out of it because it kind of gave me a safe place to like whenever I turned his music on when I was like listening to it in my car driving down the 101, it would like put me in a almost like a trance of like, you know what? Like his most recent song said, "Fuck the whole world." Nothing matters. I was doing what I wanted to do in the moment, and I was loving it. I was living life. I was I was doing things people told me not to do, and that was like doing something crazy with my life, which was moving to California with zero money and trying to make it out there with no plan or any type of brain at all. And that didn't go as planned, but I don't regret doing what I did. Um, Going out there and everything. But I know listening to his album, especially the one that he officially released, Alien Boy on, that was probably the most listened to album on my YouTube music for at least maybe not album, but definitely song for multiple years in my life. And maybe in 2026, maybe I'll make it another year of making Oliver Tree's music my number one on my playlist. Cause I I I did drop out for a while listening to him, but literally last weekend on my way home, I was listening to him or ride my bike on my way home from work, and it whenever I have listened to his music in the past, it's always given me this like immense energy and craziness, a crazy feeling of like the world's gonna be better, life goes on and on and on, and guess what? It's okay. Shit will always be okay. Shit will always work out how it's supposed to. But now, listening to that song, it's gonna have a little bit of bittersweetness, being like, well, it goes on and on and on until, you know, it just doesn't anymore for you. Cause like, I'm sure, like, very rare instances in the world do people know they're actually going to die. But there could be hidden symbology. I know with the Great Mac there definitely was some conspiracies and many that went along for a long time that use of foul play and stuff. But you never know with situations like that. And the reality is, like in the end, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the fact that the impact that this human being had should be a reminder to us all that we all have the opportunity that no matter how rich or how broke or how smart or ugly or liked or unliked you are by people all around you, if you try hard enough, you can like actually have a positive impact on the world. It doesn't matter if you've had a negative impact in the past before or anything like that. What matters is your current impact. And I would say Oliver left this world with a positive impact whether he 100% of the time had a positive impact on this world, or not, that is up for debate, and that is okay. Because I know some people didn't like him as an artist, and that's fine. But the reality is, his whole goal was to just be him and be Oliver and fuck the whole world and not care what anyone else ever did or said. Because, that doing what is ordinary and boring, one of my favorite songs from him, which has recently actually become one of my favorites, is Out of Ordinary. And it talks about I am out of ordinary because there's so many ordinary people. And like, dude, there's so many ordinary people that just live life and don't actually live life. Like they're like, I wouldn't call it living, man, because like they're just going through the motions. Like there's no life behind those eyes. There's no passion behind what they do. And the current 9 to 5 job I have, like it's kind of impossible to have a passion for my a job where their profit margin is close to 150,000 per week at the singular store that you work, and you well, you barely take in 0.0001% of that. When there's less than 10 people working full time at the company, or I wouldn't say that, maybe less than 20. There's less than 20 working at the company, and you would think they would share like maybe a little bit bigger percentage every week with their workers. But no, they don't, and that's okay because they're a company and that's what they're meant to do. As much as they are using me and my work ethic to stay there and do things for them and make them money, I am also making money off them. And that's where I think Oliver was just, he had a good point with a lot of his mentality in his songs. It's just like, out here, like, it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing really actually matters. The only thing that matters is like, if you were happy and did what you wanted to do, or at least attempted to do what you wanted to do with the time you had allotted on this earth. Whether you pass away at the age of 32, or later on than that, or some people don't even make it to 20, and that's crazy. And like the fact that I'm getting up on the age of 30 here is a little scary too, because it's like, wow, what if I just died at the age of 30? Like, what type of impact would I be leaving behind? A negative one, a positive one, but people be like, oh, we're glad he's dead. He was so negatory in my life, or they're gonna miss me and actually be like, oh fuck, he's gone now. Now that leaves an empty hole, which like you don't want to really want that on someone. So it's kind of selfish in a way, I would say, to be like you want people to miss you, but it's not selfish if they're missing you for the right reasons. If they're missing you because like you know how you were bringing such impact to your life. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of creepers that distracted me. Like that's something that's like important. All right, creepers, please don't. Oh, he's gone. Yep, he's gonna go boom. Unfortunate. I tried to save him. I just wasn't fast enough. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like, what do you guys think? Like, it's sad, man. Oh my goodness, we have a big monster on our hands right now chasing me at high speeds. I can't really focus right now what I was talking about. Sorry guys, I wanted to keep you, but I just will have to farm you later. But yeah, like, dang guys, Oliver's gone. It sucks. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I've just been mumbling for a bit. I'm kind of in shock right now. Oliver Tree, like, I guess I'm doing a really, really bad job right now explaining how much of an impact he has had on my life. But I have listened to Oliver Tree probably more than any other artist, like longer than any other artist, I would say, besides one or two. Very few. He's like in my top two or three, if not first place, that I've listened to for the longest, consistently kept coming back to that him as an artist whenever he dropped new music, or just whenever it was like something I would fall back on. So like it's just like it's sad, man. Like, but at the same time, it's not sad because it's just it kind of leaves like a massive legacy that I think could bring his message to even a bigger amount of people. One of the last videos he posted, I was just watching it. Um, and one of the last videos he posted on Shorts, and he sometimes says like serious talks and sometimes he doesn't, but like he was joking about like looks maxing and stuff. But at the same time, he has this way of not joking because like he's being serious in a way, but he's also not being serious. But one of the things he said was like, it's okay to be like everyone's out here trying to look as beautiful and as hot as they can and like looks max and everything, but like he said he was ugly maxing, and it was just like, it just shows that like everyone could be their own unique human being without like having to look a certain specific way, and you can still be accepted by millions around the world, no matter if you are, like the the weirdest looking person in the world, or if you're like not, it doesn't matter. The world gives attention to those who deserve it, and that is kind of like just how the universe works, like the people that like deserve greatness and stuff get it, and unfortunately some of them leave this world before many of us want them to go. But that's something out of our control, and that's something that like we can use as like an inspirational but also sad thing of like get up off your ass, and that could be you tomorrow, man. I'm not probably majority of us, I don't think anyone watching this video can afford a helicopter flight, and won't be. But I'm pretty sure the majority of us all drive in some type of vehicle at least sometime throughout the week, and that's just as dangerous. You never know when it could be your day. So like what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just saying like we should all really like do actually what we want with our life, because you never know when it's gonna be your last moment. You know, that was kind of ironic, perfect timing. But I think he got my point across, and I didn't even mean to do that. But you never know when it could be your last moment. Anything can happen. A creeper could blow up, a helicopter could crash, and that could be it. So I just encourage all you guys to go out there and, you know, live life to the fullest. Don't let anyone or anything hold you down or hold you back. Go do what you want. Um, and you'll live a very happy life, I guarantee you. And if you don't, I mean, I guess you can come back here and blame me for that, but I don't think any of you guys will. If you go out and live your life and do whatever it is that your heart desires, yeah, you may make mistakes, but I think in the end, most people will be like, damn, I did what I wanted, and at least in the moment, you did your best. And that's all we can really ask for, and that's sometimes all we can do. I don't really know what I'm saying anymore. I'm kind of just mumbling. I think I'm gonna go drink the rest of this Waterloo and just, go listen to some Alien Boy on repeat for a couple hours and just, have a good think. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. I think we might turn this area into like a little Oliver Tree memorial site or something like that. Since he has such a big impact to me, I will do something cool up here and, show you to you guys if I ever decide to. All right. Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. R.I.P. Oliver Tree. June 14th, 2026. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Have a good night, or afternoon, or evening, or whatever time it is for you. And don't forget, no matter what, life goes on. Don't give up. It'll get better. Until it won't. And then boom, it's over in a flash. Just go try to enjoy it. Love y'all. Goodbye.